You sit down to study for hours. You focus, you push through, and by the next day, most of it is gone. It feels frustrating, like all that effort just disappeared. But here's the truth. It's not about discipline, and it's definitely not about intelligence. It's about how memory actually works. Your brain doesn't keep everything. It filters. It keeps what feels important and deletes the rest. Now here's something interesting. In Japan, students don't just memorize a few chapters. They learn over 2,000 kanji characters before finishing school. Not just recognizing them, but writing them, reading them, and using them correctly. Thousands of complex symbols, remembered for years. So what's their secret? It's not longer hours. It's not extreme pressure. It's something much simpler and much smarter. They don't just study. They follow habits and routines that work with the brain, not against it. And once you understand these habits, you can use them for anything. Exams, work, even learning a new skill. Most people think studying starts when you open a book. But in Japan, it starts much earlier. Because your brain isn't a switch you turn on. It's more like soil. If the soil is dry, nothing grows. But if it's prepared properly, everything sticks. That's why mornings matter. Before studying, many students expose themselves to natural light. Even a short walk or sitting near a window. That light tells the brain, it's time to wake up and focus. Some do a bit of light movement. Nothing intense. Just enough to wake the body up. Then comes one of the most powerful habits. They don't start with new information. They start by recalling what they learned yesterday. Not rereading, not highlighting. Just trying to remember. Because memory grows stronger when you pull information out, not when you keep putting more in. Also, a clean desk, a quiet moment, a deep breath. It might seem small, but it tells your brain, this matters. And when something feels important, your brain holds on to it. Now let's talk about the afternoon. This is where most people go wrong. They treat studying like a marathon. Hours of non-stop effort, hoping more time equals better results. But the brain doesn't work like that. Japanese students don't force long sessions. They use focused blocks. Around 40 minutes of deep work, followed by a short break. Then repeat. During those breaks, they don't scroll endlessly or overload their mind. They step away, move a little, reset. And here's the key. Even when you stop studying, your brain doesn't. It keeps processing in the background. That's why breaks aren't a waste of time. They're part of the learning. Another powerful method they rely on is repetition. With repetition, the memory gets stronger. Not more effort, just better timing. Even their food choices support focus. Lighter meals, balanced energy, no heavy crashes that kill concentration. Now here's the part most people ignore. The night. Because learning doesn't end when you close your book. It ends when your brain decides what to keep. That's why many Japanese students do a short review before sleep. Just 5 to 10 minutes, nothing heavy. Just a quick recall of what they studied. This sends a clear signal to the brain. This is important. And during sleep, your brain strengthens those exact memories. Then comes the most underrated factor of all, sleep. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is where memory is built. But that only happens when your mind is calm. Less screen time, less noise, more stillness. Because a calm night creates a focused mind the next day. So when you look at the full picture, it's not about working harder. It's about using the right routine to achieve success. Morning prepares the mind. The afternoon builds knowledge. Evening reinforces it. Night locks it in. And when you repeat this daily, something changes. You stop forgetting. What you learn stays. So maybe the problem was never you. Maybe it was the way you were trying to learn. Here's a simple challenge. Don't try to change everything. Just pick one small habit. Maybe a short morning review. Maybe a focused study block. Maybe turn off your screen earlier tonight. Start there. Because real change doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from doing small things consistently. If this made you rethink how you study, don't stop here. Build on it. Because the people who succeed aren't the ones who study the most. They're the ones who understand how to learn. And that's something you can start today.